Hey, you got the Boston Trucker here. That's Gary Pond's and Lisa Pond's old truck. I worked for Gary and Lisa in 1998. Welcome to part 2 of my trucking history video. And I'm going to be going over some more pictures on my hankstruckpictures.com website page. In 1998, Gary and Lisa Pons asked me to come work for them after Bud Meyer got sold out to Covenant, and they bought me a Peterbilt. And so this is what I want to show you what it looked like when they bought it. They bought it at auction, and it was a piece of garbage. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. It was trashed inside and out. When I arrived at their home in Louisiana, this is what I came to. But I had faith in them, and we did a little work on it. They bought me a brand new trailer and a brand new utility out of Houston. And so here's what the truck looked like a few months later, parked at my house in Boston. There it is. So from that to this, new bumper, all new lights, buffed, polished. Yeah, that was a good truck. Truck ran real good. We took it down to Miami, Peterbilt. They turned it up. I ran, like I said before on part 1, I ran for them for a year hauling architectural stone from Houston to Las Vegas and Beverly Hills, and then all produce back. And then I was telling you how I had worked for New Century from 2000. I worked New Century 2000 to 2008. And in part 1, we left off, I was showing you this truck. The only New Century truck ever to have chicken lights. I ran that truck for a few years, running the road for them, doing LTL. And then in 2006, my son was going to be born. I decided I got to get off the road. I don't want to be gone. I want to be able to see him grow up. My dad was gone from the time I was 10. He started running the road, and I decided I want to be around. I want to miss those moments, so I told New Century I want to work local, and they said, well, we don't have any local positions available up your way. So I said, well, I'm just telling you, I'm working local. So I applied to a few companies, and I called New Century for references. And on Friday, I got a call from the safety manager asking me if I was leaving because they got some calls, and I said, well, I don't want to leave, but I need to work local. I'm not going to miss my kids growing up. And they said, all right, you're not quitting. You're a local as of Monday. Come down to New Jersey, turn in your road truck, and we'll give you a local truck. So this is the truck they gave me. Of course, this is not what it looked like when I got it. I polished it, added chrome, added my personal touches to it. It's a little napper sleeper. It was a great local truck. And I ran that around Boston for probably 3 years, 2 years, no, 2 years. And then got rid of that one. They gave me another one after that, but had an automatic. So then I left New Century in 2009. No, the end of 2008, because they closed our local terminal up here, and they wanted me to stay, but they said I'd have to go back all over the road, so I had to leave. So decided to get into dump truck, and something I had never done, never imagined I would be pulling a dump trailer. So right here is January 5th, 2009, a very big day in my life. This is an actual picture of me dumping my first load ever. And dumping a load of salt into a barn in Ipswich, Mass. And the driver, Brian Langless, took this picture from me that I was following that day. And of course my friggin' phone's going off here. Sorry about that. And so that was it for my first day on the job for Sam's Transportation, Georgetown, Mass. Here's a picture of me looking very satisfied after dumping that load. And like I said, I never imagined I'd drive dump trucks. I mean, my dad never drove dump trucks, but You know, I drove a few different trucks for them. Here's a Pete I drove for them. This is a '89 Pete that they had rebuilt. This was a cool truck. Looked good, ran good. 7% tinted windows on it. Sounded cool. And this truck I drove the most for Sam's was this W900L KW. I drove this probably 6 months, I'd say. Got it all cleaned up, looking good. There's another shot in Boston with it. You know, wheelbase was pretty long. Did a lot of Boston work, but not a big deal. And then for some reason, Sam's laid off a bunch of drivers. I was one of them. I mean, I was a rookie. I was a rookie dump truck driver. I mean, I was kind of out of my league. I'd been driving for like 20 years. 20 years at the time, but you know, still new kid on the block. I got laid off, and the end of 2009 that was a bad year for jobs. The end of I think that was the end of George Bush, I think. And so I ended up going back to freight, and I'm driving for R&L Carriers out of the Canton, Mass terminal for a while. And I drove this Mack PT222, and I was lucky to say I got to drive this truck every day from day one. You know, we weren't allowed to wash our trucks there. They didn't have a drainage system, but it was wiped down every day. I polished the tanks and put some lug nuts on the front wheels. That's all I did to it. But I did the Marlboro, Westboro, Hudson, Massachusetts area with it. That was a good job. I was there 11 months and 3 weeks, but I was sick of freight. I wanted to go back to dump truck. And I don't say I was sick of freight. I was sick of driving old trucks. So then I started in 2010, August 2010, for Boston Bark Landscape Supply. And this is who I drive for now, and this is my truck that I drive now. So the truck looks a little different now. This is a 96 Pete with a 4 1/4 cat. And we make landscape supplies. Anything you need for your yard, we make it. Mulch, compost, any kind of stone, sand. We also haul cobblestone and pavers. So here's a picture in our yard getting loaded. So it's a really good job. It's close to the house. I'm out of work by 4:30 every day, 5 o'clock. Pick up the kids from school. It's great. Good, you know, it's good trucks. That's the truck when I first got it. It's me home with a flatbed. And here's me in June 2012 at a truck show. It's got the visor on it now, and it's got the bigger bumper. It's got some chrome in the windows, and you know, it's all shiny. I got all kind of mud flaps on there with weights, and you know, it looks good going down the road. I mean, I would certainly do more things to it if it was my money to spend, but I can't spend the thousands of dollars I used to on trucks, you know, when I was single. I'd probably add some grill bars and taller stacks maybe, but I'm happy with it. You know, it does a good job. You know, you have some interesting deliveries to make. You know, there some tight spots, like here's a spot right here delivering loom behind a house under some trees, and I had to back into that spot. It was a very tricky delivery I made there. Looking back on it, I probably should have done it a little different. And here's another delivery. I mean, right, you get trees everywhere. I mean, when that trailer comes down, you got to make sure it clears the trees, or you're going to be given a tree trimming bill by the customer. So, and here's convoy I was in on the way to the truck show in June 2011. We did that truck show. They had the first annual Massachusetts Truck Show, organized by Graham Rogers, Rennie Jason, and Judson Santarpia, and a few other people. And we raised money for breast cancer awareness. We had a huge turnout, more trucks than anybody ever expected. And it was great, and hopefully there'll be some more in the future. I was very proud to be a part of it, and a day I'll never forget. And that's about it. Check out my page, hankstruckpictures.com. Here's my name. Look me up. Look me up on Facebook. I can't accept everybody as friends. I try to accept as many as possible, but sometimes it gets a little out of hand. But you can look me up under Mike the Boston Trucker. One word. Gaffin. Gaffin. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed my 2 videos here about my trucking history. And enjoy the comments. And yeah, I appreciate it. You guys take it easy and keep watching. And if you're a trucker, be safe out there. 10-4. Boston Trucker out.